Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I got a buddy. Obviously, from my other videos, everybody would know that. Who's a drinker, a heavy drinker. Yeah, alcoholic. That's the proper word. But anyways, the good news is today, 21 March 2023, he actually checked into inpatient rehab. Um, I'm not saying the location or time. That's all him. Uh, but he believes, and I would agree with him, that it's the only way he's going to fix the problem. And I can only say that as his friend because I've known the dude for 20 years, maybe a little more, a little less, but it's right around there. And he's done inpatient rehabs before, just not for very long, 2 weeks, 30 days, whatever. This time, what the plan is, according to him anyways, we live 2,000 miles apart, so I can't do much about it. His plan is 45 to 60 days inpatient at a facility, and then he wants to try and possibly see, since he'll be detoxed at that point, about one of their inpatient slash ass inpatient slash outpatient facilities that would be like a home away from home while he continues his process and to get himself right. He's been drinking the majority of the time that I've known him, so it's a long time. He's not young anymore, and he had blood work that was, off. Actually had blood work like two, three, four times, something like that, and each time they came back with something new. Why is this high? Why is this low? Why is this high? Well, finally they said, screw it, we're going to do a CT scan. And I guess they did one of the CT scan with contrast and dye. And they said he has alcoholic fatty liver disease and inflammation in his gut, and his brain is not jacked up, but it looks like a 43-year-old alcoholic's brain instead of a 43-year-old non-alcoholic's brain, and etc. So he decided, caveat, he said that his doctor was super cool, like she was a veteran, like he is, and she was just straightforward with him. She basically said, on the down low, on a personal note, she was like, "Hey, if you're looking to die young, just keep doing what you're doing, bro." And it was kind of a wake up call for him. Even though me and his wife and his mom and his mother-in-law and everybody else have been saying it for a long time, sometimes you need to hear it like that from somebody else other than the people you hear it from every day. So he went and checked in today. And his wife was like, he regretted it up until they dropped him off. But I just wanted to go over a couple things real quick about rehab and not just alcoholism, but so for example, how long it takes to detox. And this is a Healthline article. I'm not going to throw out 4 or 5 articles. It's very easily searchable, but the information still needs to be put out there. Depending upon how severe your alcoholism is, many people stop experiencing alcohol withdrawal within 4 to 5 days after their last drink. Symptoms tend to be at their worst around the third day. Sorry, not the last day. And in his case, he's already pointed out that it makes him, you know, vomit and not really have seizures, but like shakes, tremors, and all that. So it's bad from what I understand. The reason alcohol withdrawal symptoms occur is because alcohol depresses the central nervous system, and this causes feelings of relaxation and euphoria. But because the body works to maintain the balance, it will signal to the brain to make more neurotransmitter receptors that excite or stimulate the central nervous system. So I went over this in my last video. It's the body trying to right itself while you're wronging it. Symptoms can include anxiety, irritability, nausea, rapid heartbeat, sweating, and tremors. In severe instances, just in case you were wondering, in severe instances, you can experience delirium, alcohol withdrawal delirium, and these symptoms of this include hallucinations, high body temperature, illusions, paranoia, and seizure. And when the first time I read that, I thought tremors was bad, and then I saw seizures, and I was like, well, holy hell. These are the most severe symptoms associated with alcohol withdrawal. Treatments depends, but in my buddy's case, like I said, he feels that the way for him to succeed is to be away from home and basically on lockdown, like basic training style again, to where they're going to tell him what to eat, when to go outside, when he can play with his phone, which isn't bad. I don't think it's a bad thing. It'll be a bad thing for him for about a week, but I think overall it's going to be a good thing. And he says he's dedicated to it, so we're going to move on with that. Some of the medications they can give you if you're having severe withdrawals is benzodiazepines. That's a long word, and I hope I got it right. But apparently that can help with these symptoms, maybe, or the side effects of the symptoms. Neuropleptic medications help depress the nervous system activity, may be helpful in preventing seizures associated with alcohol withdrawal, and nutritional support. So they might give you extra nutrients like folic acid, thiamine, and magnesium to reduce withdrawal symptoms as well. And there are other things, of course. I'll put these links in the description. So there's going to be other information besides just the words coming out of my mouth. The withdrawal timeline, 6 hours. Minor withdrawal symptoms usually begin within about 6 hours after your last drink. If I had to assume, whenever he went into treatment a few hours ago, he was probably tanked. I mean, I would be, right. If it's your last hoorah, you might as well get it in. So his withdrawal symptoms are going to start when he wakes up, right? Um, Somebody who has a long history of heavy drinking could have a seizure 6 hours after they stop drinking. So I don't think he'll have a seizure because he usually goes about 12, 15 hours at night, wake up, go the next day, go to work, come home. But that's not to say he won't, right? 12 to 24 hours, a small percentage of people going through withdrawal have hallucinations at this point. They may hear or see things that aren't there. 24 to 48 hours, minor withdrawal symptoms usually continue during this time, includes headache, tremors, stomach upset, and if a person goes through only minor withdrawal, their symptoms usually peak 18 to 24 hours and start to decrease after 4 or 5 days. So that doesn't sound too bad considering what alcohol is, but I can only imagine how hard it actually really is for the person to do it. 48 to 72 hours, some people experience a severe form of alcohol withdrawal known as DTs. A person with this condition can have a very high heart rate, seizures, or a high body temperature. 72 hours, this is the time when alcohol withdrawal symptoms are usually at their worst. In rare cases, moderate withdrawal symptoms can last for a month. These include rapid heart rate and illusions. Other factors, according to an article from 2015, estimated 50% of people with alcohol use disorder go through withdrawal symptoms when they stop drinking. Doctors estimate that 3 to 5% will have severe symptoms. So I suppose that's not really too bad of a number considering the overall scope of it. And of course, multiple factors will affect how long it takes you to withdraw, and that's why he's inpatient, is because he has medical professionals on standby. Risk factors for DTs include abnormal liver function, history of DTs, history of seizures, low platelet count, low potassium, low sodium, older age. He's in his 40s. I don't consider that to be older age. It's not young, though. Dehydration, brain lesions, use of other drugs. So, depending upon him, will depend upon how bad those symptoms are. And on to, since he went to rehab, I figured it'd be important to pull up something on rehab. So, alcoholism is classified as an addiction. Addiction is a chronic disease, meaning there is no cure. However, there are effective treatments to help a person overcome and live with it, especially when it comes to alcohol, drugs, etc. A variety of treatment programs that can help with addiction recovery, and whether or not the results of a treatment program are effective is based on many factors, including the patient and the program. Rehab success rates are actually difficult to determine. The Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration estimates that only about 10% get treatment in an appropriate facility. So that's not a whole lot of people. If there's a million alcoholics out there, which I have to imagine there's hundreds of millions across the globe and at least several million in the USA, that means 10% are all that are going to actually go in and get help. That's not a good number. The only chance for a program to be effective is for an addicted person to enter and participate in it. There's still no guarantee. Sorry about that. My mic died. Well, my headset rather. But to pick up where I left off, talking about rehabs, there's still no guarantee. Um, but there's no guarantee at all if you don't go. So there's that. There isn't a standard definition of rehab, so there's no metric of success. Some treatments measure success by how many people complete the program. Others consider sobriety in the following months and years, but again, they don't see how long. It's just months. It's not an extended period of time. The criteria for measuring treatment effectiveness should be the understanding that addiction is a treatable disease that alters brain function, the ability to attend to the needs in addition to treating the drug or alcohol abuse, a combination of evidence-based therapy and, when needed, medication tailored to a person's age, gender, ethnicity, and culture, appropriate for the length of time, the understanding that no single treatment program is right for everyone, support, medically assisted detox when needed, continuous monitoring of drug use during treatment, and testing. The treatment success should be measured in terms of reduced amount of frequency of substance use, hopefully zero, right? That's the goal. Better employment or education, better physical health, less medical visits, improved mental health, better mood, better personality traits, stronger relationships across the board, better legal status, no more probation, no more DUIs, no more being a criminal, and better safety, so less car accidents and etc. Many rehabilitation programs track progress as people work through treatment, and they should, but they should track it for a lot longer than they are apparently. The types of programs and therapies that there are, most common are inpatient treatment, outpatient, inpatients where you go into a facility, outpatients where you don't fully at least. Partial hospitalized programs, 12-step programs like Alcoholics Anonymous, Smart Recovery, etc. Support groups. All of them will have their own unique combination and treatment plans and therapies. Common methods include cognitive behavioral therapy, contingency management, medical assisted treatment, medically supervised detox, family therapy, and group therapy. And it's all important, If somebody needs help, they need to get help, and that's what people aren't doing, which is why there's only 10% of people that are checking into rehab. If you're worried about financial status, don't. You won't have any money if you let it kill you, right? If you're worried about how you're going to pay for it, don't. All insurance helps. The better, the higher your premium, probably the better it's going to help you out. If you have a super low premium because you're on a tight monthly budget, I get it, I'm there, then you might come out of pocket a little bit more. But even the marketplace is supposed to have some kind of insurance because of the Affordable Care Act that's supposed to help in some way. And worst case scenario, talk to your psychologist or therapist or whatever and ask them about grants and scholarships. There we go. I don't know why that took me so hard. Yeah, but grants and scholarships, those are available for medical treatment as well. Basically other people are helping you pay for your treatment. There's nothing wrong with that. Get help. You can't get help if you don't go get help. And for anybody who has somebody in their family or a loved one or a friend or whatever that needs help, help them get help. There are numbers, there are hotlines, like I said, scholarships, grants, medical insurance. It is worth it. They are worth it. You are worth it to fix it, regardless on the cost at the end of the day. Somebody will help, and if they don't, whatever. Worry about that after you get healthy. Very important. And that's what I'm hoping for my boy. I know he had to come out of pocket a bit more than he wanted to, but he finally took the plunge, and I'm proud of him for that. And I didn't hear from him today, but that's probably because he got tanked in preparation. He probably got hammered in preparation for rehab, which is understandable. But I'm sure his wife will keep me updated. I want everybody else to do the same. Get help, please. And for now, stay blessed, and I'll keep you updated.